our deliberation in so just, faithful and manners to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our country, and of those whose interest you've committed to our church. Amen. Honorable members, I'm informed that we are slightly short of quorum. So I want to order that as per standing order number 32, the quorum bell be rung for 5 minutes. And no member shall leave the house when the quorum bell is being rung, except the whip, who may go out to whip, the whip may go out to whip the members. We need at least 6 members for us to have a quorum. And tell the Sergeant at Arms to stop ringing the bell. I'm informed that there is already quorum. So clerk, take us through the order of the day.
Third Assembly, third session. Order paper number 244 of today, Tuesday, 8th October 2024 at 2:30 p.m. Order number 1, administration of oath.
Next order.
Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Honorable members, I have got some few communications to make. Number one, honorable members, we are honored to welcome the teachers and students of Chianda Boys High School to our county assembly today at the public gallery. The students have been accompanied by the following teachers. As I call your name, maybe you can stand so that the members would see you. Mr. Ogonda Frederick, Head of Department Humanity. Miss Benedict Nyangaga, that is Head of History and Government. Mr. Felix Ogambo, Miss Janet Akinyi, Miss Brigade Abwada, Miss Irene Amon, Kabiru John, Mr. Lee Mega, Mr. Edwin Odhiambo, Mr. Walter Ubonyo, alongside the students. I'm not aware which classes or grade they are, but I want to tell the students that your presence here today is a testament of your dedication to learning and understanding the workings of your local government. Chianda must be in Siaya County. I happen to have a nephew of mine who graduated at Chianda some years back. I know it's in Siaya County. And we hope that this study inspires you to become active and engaged citizens in your community. Best wishes for a successful and informative visit. Honorable members, as per our usual tradition, I want to give opportunity to some few members to say a word to the students. They're coming from Siaya. Who is from Siaya? Emily. Honorable Emily Oginga. After Honorable Emily, then I'm getting whispers of Sami. Where is Sami in? Sami Onyango of Railways Ward. Sami is from Game. Then the leadership, I'll give one person, maybe the whip or deputy leader majority or the majority. You will agree amongst yourself there. One person. There's a friend of mine who always talk to these guys. Where is Benny Peter Yeko? He's there. So let's start with Emily. 1 minute each.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome the team from Siaya County. That is the county of leaders. And I'm happy to have you in the house today because I believe learning in these times is quite an interesting time. At least you have the opportunity to come to the house and be part of the proceedings, which was not a common thing before. That was before devolution. So that is why I'm saying that it's an interesting time to live. At least you have the opportunity to come and see what your leaders are doing in the house, so that when you go back to school, at least you know you are working towards something that you know and you have been there to see. Otherwise, thank you so much for taking this trip. And I'd like to wish you a safe journey as you go back. Mr. Speaker, I'd like to mention one thing that I remember when I was growing up. I went to school at Loak Girls High School. And we used to take a maths competition that was called Siaya Maths then. And I remember Chianda boys, for one thing, they used to top in maths. And I hope it's still maintained up to this moment. Because when I see you here, I see mathematicians. Just like before, whenever we used to go for outings, we used to see mathematicians from Chianda. Otherwise, I'd like to encourage you to continue working hard and always work towards achieving your goals. Otherwise, thank you so much. Karibuni.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I also take this opportunity to welcome the student from Chianda, Siaya County. the county of intellectuals. County of intellectuals, Mr. Speaker. Feel most welcome. Thank you.
Bobeni Pete.
Mr. Speaker, I'm hearing that Siaya is the country of intellectuals. It was. But now things are balancing. And I think that is the reality. Because education started there. And now when you look at all parts of Nyanza, it embraces all faculties. But we still salute Siaya because our big brains started from there. Like when we talk of Chianda, that is Rarieda sub-county, where Sembo and Uyoma are, we greatly remember the late Achieng Oneko, Odede, and those big politicians during those days. And they still matter in our history. But we now also refer to Bondo, where the doyen of politicians hailed, and that is Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. And it is still the place where we get political direction. And Mr. Speaker, I've heard that Chianda High School was the mathematician. And that brings to my mind, were they beating Miranda and St. Mary's Yala? That was wonderful, if that was the case. But where you are today is the house of politics. The house of politics is not just politics alone. All these people you see here, they are not just mere politicians. They are people who embrace all subjects. Because here, we handle matters of medical, climate change, accounts, that is budget, agriculture. So this is a house of all brains. And it needs those who have gone to school in all those fields to make this house be relevant to the people they serve. And I know some of you, when you are coming here, you are anxious to know what the assembly entails. The assembly, when it is seen from outside, is assumed to be all politics. But what I want you to know, it embraces all subjects. So all these people you see here, when matters of sciences come, they are supposed to explore that knowledge. When the budget time comes, they are mathematicians. That is what the assembly entails. And because I know we are going for other matters, feel welcome. And I know some of you will be politicians, scientists, engineers, and the rest. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Leadership, one person.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, allow me first of all to welcome the students and the staff from Chianda High School. Chianda is in Rarieda and particularly Uyoma. This is an area that has got very rich history. This is where the late Odede Rechilo comes from. This area has paid very, very dearly the struggle of liberation in this country, starting with the late senior chief, Okwiri, who was in the forefront during the liberation of Kenya when he fought against the colonialism. Mr. Speaker, I'm not going to forget that my very good friend, Okong Arara, who comes from Kabudha, was one of the pioneers of this school. I remember that Chianda in 1976 represented Kenya in the East African football tournament in Zambia, where Okong Arara was the then champion. He was a great footballer. Again, met Okong Arara and worked with Okong Arara. But during the second liberation, me and Okong Arara was detained by the Moi regime. That is an alumni of Chianda High School. So I have a lot of memories, good and bad, of Chianda. Again in 1988, the famous Okununyal prosecution that was done at 8 p.m. when Angawa sentenced Okong Arara to 10 years imprisonment. And he served it and came out. But unfortunately, when Okongo came out, Mr. Speaker, he was not mentally stable. And to date, we do not know where Okongo Arara is to date. I have a lot of respect for this school, and I wish you all the best that you can wish yourself. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
So when Rumbo was talking about Okongo, Rebogado was wondering what happened in 19... What is it, Rebogado?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And allow me also to welcome the Chianda School fraternity to this house, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, allow me to tell the students and the teachers that the room we are sitting in today is a creation of a 2010 constitution. That is 14 years ago. And you are privileged to have gotten wazees in this house, the likes of Ikopet and Limumbo Wade Fuje Jr., who are taking us so much back on issues that doesn't help us to date. Mr. Speaker, allow me to tell our visitors that this house is majorly for legislation, oversight, and representation. Anytime we are here, we do legislation that rules and laws that governs Kisumu County. Again, we do oversight to the executive government because county government has only two arms, the legislature, which is the county assembly, and the executive headed by the governor. Then we do representation from where we come from.
Point of order. What is the honorable majority?
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Gado Lima is setting a bad example. I can see that Honorable Gado Lima is naked.
Honorable Senator, can you confirm if Honorable Gado Lima is naked or well dressed? You can have your time and dress well, then you come back. Honorable members, I think with those few remarks, we welcome the students from Chianda together with their teachers. My second communication, I want to remind the members that the Committee of Medical Services, Public Health and Sanitation is hereby reminding you that this week has been a mental health awareness creation week. And they are reminding you of the mental health awareness facilitation and the screening exercise that will take place tomorrow, Wednesday, 9th October 2024, here at the County Assembly Chambers. As you may have been informed, the primary objective of the activity is to raise awareness about health issues, and to be specific, mental health issues, reduce the associated stigma, and provide accessible screening services. The activity will take place immediately after the morning session, and all honorable members are encouraged to attend. So immediately after the morning session, there will be a forum. We will be having a team from the Directorate of Medical Services, plus other partners, alongside ourselves. This is very key because mental health is an issue that requires concerted effort for multi-stakeholder approach towards creating awareness to the public and even to the affected ones. So number 3, there is an issue on the matter of pending business before committees. And the concern was raised again on low attendance of committee meetings. I want to be on record that we already have an issue in terms of the register showing that members attend committees, but there is no output. Neither does the minutes of the said meetings show the presence? So I want to make an appeal that there are so many works pending at committee levels that if members do not appear, it may be difficult for us to achieve what we are supposed to achieve. I heard Honorable Gado Lima talking to the students say that our work is legislation, oversight, and implementation. We can only do that and achieve it effectively when we take serious our committee works. So please, the chairs of the committees and the members of those committees, expedite very fast the works that are pending amongst your committees. Otherwise, I welcome you to this session. And will the clerk take us through the next order?
Order number 3, messages.
Next order.
Order number 4, petitions.
Next order.
Order number 5, papers.
Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Next order.
Order number 7, statements.
The Honorable Leader of Majority.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise pursuant to orders number 42 2C, which mandates me as a member of the House Committee and on behalf of the County Assembly Majority Leader to present and lay on the table of the County Assembly a statement informing the County Assembly of the business coming before the House on the following week. Honorable Speaker, this is therefore to bring to the attention of members and the County Assembly that for the week commencing Wednesday 9th October 2024 to Tuesday 15th October 2024, the Select Committee on the Assembly House Business at its last meeting approved the following tentative businesses to appear in the order papers as follows. On Wednesday 9th October 2024 at 9 a.m., papers to be laid. 1. The Leader of Majority will lay on the table of the County Assembly the following papers. 1. Nomination of Hesbon Owurhongo to the position of County Secretary. 2. City of Kisumu Annual Report and Financial Statements for the year ended 30th June 2024 for Kisumu Urban Project. 3. Kisumu County Emergency Fund Account Annual Report and Financial Statements for the year ended 30th June 2024. 4. Kisumu County Revenue Fund Annual Report and Financial Statements for the year ended 30th June 2024. Kisumu County Car Loan and Mortgage Scheme Annual Report and Financial Statements for the financial year 2023-2024. Kisumu County Executive Annual Report and Financial Statements for the financial year 2023-2024. City of Kisumu Annual Report and Financial Statements for the year ended 30th June 2024. And lastly, Kisumu County Climate Change Fund Annual Report and Financial Statements for the year ended 30th June 2024. Commencements of business. The Chairperson Budget and Appropriation Committee, Honorable Joachim Okech, will move the second reading of the Kisumu County Finance Bill 2024. On Wednesday, 9th October 2024 at 2:30 p.m., there is a petition. The Honorable Speaker will report a petition by Kisumu Contractors and Suppliers Association to the County Assembly on the matter of pending bills for Kisumu County Government. Papers to be laid. The Chairperson of the Select Committee on Infrastructure, Energy and Public Works, Honorable Ruben Rakwach, will table the committee report on the matter of construction of Akondeloch Road in Chemelil Tamu Ward. The Chairperson of Central Committee on Education, Technical Training, Innovation and Social Services, Honorable Setho Kumu, will table the committee report on the inquiry into the state of early childhood education program in Kisumu County. The Chairperson of the Central Committee on Finance and ICT, Honorable Karen Odhiambo, will table the committee report on the consideration of the Kisumu County Executive Quarterly Report and financial statements for the period ended 31st March 2024 and Kisumu County Revenue Fund Report and financial statements for the period ended 31st March 2024. The Chairperson of Central Committee on Trade, Tourism, Marketing and Industry, Honorable Alice Wajewa, will table the committee report on the benchmarking exercise at Busia County Assembly. Notices of motion. to be given the chairperson of Select Committee on Infrastructure, Energy and Public Works, Honorable Ruben Rakwach, will give a notice of motion for the adoption of the committee report on the matter of construction of a Kodelot Road in Channel Tamu Ward. The chairperson of the Select Committee on Education, Honorable Seth Okumu, will give a notice of motion for the adoption of a committee report on the inquiry into the state of early childhood education program in Kisumu County. The chairperson of Select Committee on Finance and ICT, Honorable Karen Odhiambo, will give a notice of motion for the adoption of committee consideration of the Kisumu County Executive Quarter Report and financial statements for the period ended 31st March 2024 and Kisumu County Revenue Fund Report and financial statements for the period ended 31st March 2024. The chairperson of Budget and Appropriation, Honorable Joachim Okech, will give a notice of motion for the adoption of the committee report on consideration of the Kisumu County Finance Bill 2024. County Assembly Bills number 3 of 2024. The chairperson of the Central Committee on Administration of Law and Justice, Constitutional Affairs, Good Governance and Security, Honorable Moses Ochele, will give a notice of motion for the adoption of a committee report on the Huduma Mashinani program. Statements. The MCA for Railways Ward, Honorable Samuel Lunyango, will seek a statement to the chairperson, Committee on Sports, Culture and Youth Affairs regarding the expenditure for the FESTAC event. The MCA for Kajulu Ward, Honorable Benson Adega, will seek a statement to the chairperson on Infrastructure, Energy and Public Works regarding the deteriorating condition of the Ongadi Usipe Road at Turkojuang in Kajulu Ward. Commencements of business. The chairperson Budget and Appropriation Committee, Honorable Joachim Okech, will remove the second reading of the Kisumu County Finance Bill 2024. Then on Tuesday, 15th October 2024 at 2:30 p.m., papers to be laid. The chairperson of the Select Committee on Medical Services, Public Health and Sanitation, Honorable Vincent Jagongo, will table the committee report on the matter of mosquito invasion in Kisumu County as sought by Honorable Ruben Rakwach. Notices of motion. The chairperson of the Central Committee on Medical Services, Public Health and Sanitation, Honorable Vincent Jagongo, will give a notice of motion for the adoption of the committee report on the matter of mosquito invasion in Kisumu County as sought by Honorable Ruben Rakwach. Statement. The leader majority will issue a statement pursuant to orders number 41-2C on the businesses coming before the County Assembly for the week commencing Wednesday, 15th October 2024. At the commencement of business, the chairperson of the Select Committee on Finance and ICT, Honorable Karen Odhiambo, will move a motion for the committee report of Finance and ICT Committee on the consideration of Kisumu County Executive Quarterly Report and financial statements for the period ended 31st March 2024 and Kisumu County Fund Report and financial statements for the period ended 31st March 2024. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
It is settlement time. Majority Leader, approach the chair.
Commencement of business. Order number 8, motion on the adoption of the report of the Administration of Law, Justice, Constitutional Affairs, Good Governance and Security Committee, report on the Huduma Mashinani program by the Honorable Moses Ochele.
Moses Ochele.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I stand to move a motion on the report on Huduma Mashinani program. Mr. Speaker, it is in my interest to inform members that the report is very bulky and it is posted in our website. So you'll allow me to just go by the moving notes. If you want detailed report, you'll refer to our page. Mr. Speaker, on Thursday, of 7th March 2024, the member for Kabonyo Kanyagwal Ward, Honorable Oiko Pete, MCA, requested for a statement from the chairperson of Committee of Administration of Law, Justice, Good Governance, and Constitutional Affairs regarding the county government's Huduma Mashinani program. In particular, the member tasked the committee to inquire into and provide a comprehensive response on the following. 1. A detailed feedback report for each sub-county involved in the exercise. The report should be accompanied by attendance registers to verify participation levels. 2. The current implementation status. The current implementation status of the feedback collected from the sub-counties. This should be detailed how various sectors and service delivery departments are acting upon the gathered information. 3. A clear breakdown of total expenditure incurred during the exercise. This should differentiate between public funds utilized and any potential report received from private organizations. 4. The tangible impact of this exercise on the service delivery experienced by our citizens. Honorable Speaker, the Huduma Mashinani program is an initiative of the Kisumu County government aimed at improving public service delivery by bridging government services closer to the people. The program was conceived as a platform for citizen engagement, project updates, and feedback collected on various aspects of county development. Through Huduma Mashinani, the county government seeks to create a two-way communication channel between the government and citizens, foster transparency, accountability, and public participation. The key areas of focus for Huduma Mashinani forums include: 1. Infrastructure, addressing the status and progress of ongoing infrastructure projects. 2 is health, enhancing healthcare services, service delivery across the sub-counties. 3, education, ensuring education initiative programs are implemented effectively. 4, water, improving access to clean water and the progress of water projects. 5, agriculture, supporting agricultural development and providing updates on agricultural policies. 6, community services, ensuring that community services are tailored to meet the local needs of citizens. Mr. Speaker and honorable members, based on the report submitted to the committee, the Huduma Mashinani forums were held across all 8 sub-counties of Kisumu County. During these forums, the county government engages directly with the public to provide updates on the progress of ongoing projects, address any concerns raised, and gather suggestions to improve public service delivery. This grassroots approach ensures that citizens are actively involved in governance and decision-making progress. The program also emphasizes accountability in public expenditure. For example, during the latest round of Huduma Mashinani, the county government spent Kenya shillings 2.9 million on various items, including venue setup, public mobilization, refreshments, and participant reimbursement, as well as facilitation of media coverage and live streaming of events. This transparent accounting ensures that public funds are utilized for benefit of the citizens. Overall, Huduma Mashinani demonstrates the county government's commitment to enhancing service delivery, fostering public participation, and addressing citizen concerns on the local level, at the local level. Honorable Speaker, the following are the submissions from the departments. The committee on 6th September 2024 via letter reference CGK stroke CCM stroke PSCA stroke 47 stroke volume 1, that is 103. It is annexed. You can refer to the annexed at the end of the report. Received 2 reports from the Department of Huduma Mashinani Program held on 5th June 2023 to 22nd June 2023 and 7th June 2024 to 22nd June 2024. Submissions on the Huduma Mashinani 2023. Honorable Speaker, the following report submitted to the Committee on the Huduma Mashinani 2023, the committee noted that the county government of Kisumu, that is county government, undertook a series of sub-county level consultations in all its 8 sub-counties, administrative units from 5th June 2023 to 22nd June 2023. Huduma Mashinani 2023 consultations marked the final dialogue platform in the financial year 2022-2023 and was officiated by His Excellency Professor Peter Anyang' Nyong'o, the Governor of Kisumu County, who received the recommendations generated from the engagement undertaken during the financial year 2022-2023 dialogue cycle, and also officially launched the 2023-2024 Huduma Mashinani cycle. Phases of Huduma Mashinani engagement cycle. Huduma Mashinani cycle entailed a number of activities undertaken during different phases, namely preparatory phase, dialogue phase, and implementation of recommendations. Phase 1, preparatory phase activities. During this phase, the committee found out that following activities were undertaken. Number 1, formation of Kisumu County Huduma Mashinani Steering Committee comprising of following partners. There's team, there's Kefado, there's KMET, Step Up Together, KCDT, and directorates of the county government of Kisumu, Department of Public Service, County Administration, and Participatory Development. Number 2, formation of sub-county committees of Huduma Mashinani Steering Committee, namely resource mobilization, media and publicity, and documentation, and quality assurance. Number 3, holding committee consultation meetings in preparation for the Huduma Mashinani forums, which took place on the following dates: 22nd May 2023, 26th May 2023, and 30th May 2023. Roman 4, undertaking build-up activities with the dialogue forums, such as mobilizing the participants, redeeming the commitments in terms of resources made available by different partners, and publishing the events through different media platforms, and compiling of project implementation status reports by the various sub-county administrators in collaboration with the SDU unit, that is Central Delivery Unit. Roman 2, that is dialogue phase. The 8 sub-counties level dialogue forums on service provision were held during this phase of Huduma Mashinani cycle. The sub-county level forums specifically entailed holding interactive dialogue sessions where the speeches were delivered by the senior officials of the county government of Kisumu, representatives of the national government, and the partners organizations collaborating with the county government of Kisumu. There were also brief presentations of implementation status reports and interactive discussions that includes questions and answers sessions, where the citizens raised a number of issues they had on service delivery by various service departments of county government of Kisumu, and reports from the county government service department to the issues raised. The following sub-county sessions were held during the Huduma Mashinani cycle for the financial year 2022-2023. We were at Muroni on 5th June 2023 at Nyangoma Hall, Nyando on 7th June 2023 at Huduma Center, Ahero, C. Kadibo, 9th June 2023 at Rabur, D, that is Nyakach, 12th June 2023 at Paponditi, Kisumu East, 14th June 2023 at Ragumo Hall, Kisumu Central, 16th June 2023 at Grace Onyango Hall, Kisumu West, 20th June 2023 at Kisian Hall, H. Seme 2022, Seme 22nd June 2023 at Huduma Center. Implementation phase. The implementation phase involved the following activities: review of reports by the county government service departments, preparation of presentations for the county edition by the executive member for various departments in response to issues raised during the sub-county forums, and development of action plans by departments to implement the recommendations of Huduma Mashinani dialogue forums. County edition of Huduma Mashinani. The final dialogue forum on service delivery for the first cycle was held on 22nd June 2024 at Tom Mboya Labour College in Kisumu City. The platform was chaired by His Excellency, the Governor of Kisumu County, Professor Peter Anyang' Nyong'o. The county edition on the dialogue platform provided the CCM of all sectors of the county government of Kisumu with opportunity to address the issues and concerns that had been raised by citizens during the sub-county level engagements, but were not adequately responded to. The recommendations for improving service delivery, targeting the various arms and sectors of the county government, were also handed over to His Excellency the Governor for further actions. Findings and observations on Huduma Mashinani 2023. Honorable Speaker and honorable members, following the analysis of the report and the pictorial evidence as submitted by the department, the committee made the following findings: that the Huduma Mashinani 2023 was conducted in all sub-counties as follows. Muroni Sub-County, 5th June 2023 at Nyangoma Hall. Nyando on 7th June 2023 at Huduma Center. Kadibo was held on 9th June 2023 at Rabur. Nyakach was held on 12th June 2023 at Paponditi. Kisumu East was held on 14th June 2023 at Ragumo Hall. Kisumu Central Sub-County was held on 16th June 2023 at Grace Onyango Hall. Kisumu West Sub-County was on 20th June 2023 at Kisian Hall. Finally, Seme Sub-County was held on 22nd June 2023 at Huduma Center. That based on the service delivery status report during Huduma Mashinani cycle for the financial year 2022-2023 and represented by the levels of implementation programs, the projects and policies of the county government, the following chart summarizes the status of implementation projects as reported. Kindly, members, you can refer to the report and you get the chart as it is indicated. And the slogan for our governor and the moving slogan for the county is Titire Scorecard. You'll find it there. Also, you can refer to the project completion status per sub-county in a pie chart on the same platform. That feedback on the Huduma Mashinani proposals requiring immediate action as delivered. However, the committee did not see evidence of a robust feedback mechanism from recommendations requiring long-term actions by the county government. Submissions on Huduma Mashinani 2024. Honorable Speaker and honorable members, following the report submitted to the Committee on Huduma Mashinani 2024, the committee also noted that the county government of Kisumu undertook a series of sub-county levels consultations in all its 8 sub-counties, in all its 8 sub-county administrative units in June 2024. Based on the report, the committee was also informed that the Huduma Mashinani program involved discussions on public service delivery, project updates, and citizen feedback. Key areas of focus were as follows. They are in Roman numbers. We have Roman 1, infrastructure, 2, health, 3, education, 4, water, 5, agriculture, finally 6, community services. You can see the annexes, Annex 2, to the matters addressed in the Huduma Mashinani and relevant feedback. Refer to the annexes on our forum. That the Huduma Mashinani fora were held in 8 sub-counties, where the county government was able to discuss progress of ongoing projects and address any concerns or suggestions regarding public service delivery. That the Huduma Mashinani registered good attendance from the public based on attendance registers tabled before the committee, and that the list of registers is annexed. Annex 5, you may refer, members. That the following letter dated 16th September 2024, reference CGK, CCM, stroke PSCA, stroke 47, stroke volume 1, 114. The CC member for county administration, public participation, informed the committee that Kenya shillings 2,900,000 had been expended on Huduma Mashinani on the following expenditure items. They are also numbered in Roman numbers. Venue arrangement, general cleaning and decorations in county choral, including halls, water and toiletries. 2, hire of public address system with at least 3 cordless microphones, generator and fuel for standby power backup. Hire conference chairs and tables, refreshments including tea, milk, water and snacks, airtime and mobilization of participants by the administrators, public mobilization through radio mention, Radio Sky and Radio Namlulwe. Roman 7, portable toilets and tents, especially for Moroni and Kadibo sub-counties. Participants, transport reimbursement, rapporteur, documentation and reporting. Roman 10, media facilitation. Roman 11, live streaming of digital screen and social media platforms. Finally, backdrop, events, banners. That the implementation of the responses received shall be communicated in the first quarterly report for the financial year 2024-2025 of the department. Findings and observations on Huduma Mashinani 2024. Mr. Speaker and honorable members, following the receipt of the report from the department, the committee made the following findings and observations. 1, that the Huduma Mashinani was conducted in all sub-counties and feedback received and registered from the sub-counties. 2, that there were no key performance indicators on the report to measure the impact of Huduma Mashinani. 3, that the Huduma Mashinani accelerated the identification and resolution of service delivery issues such as infrastructure, bottlenecks, delayed water projects, and health services shortcomings, which were identified and addressed more quickly due to the forums. which facilitated real-time interaction between government officials and the public. That the Duo Mashinani has effectively raised public awareness of ongoing planned county projects in sectors such as health, education, water, agriculture, which will greatly foster good governance. That the feedback mechanism for the Duo Mashinani is still weak and should be improved if the benefits of the program are to be realized. Honorable Speaker and honorable members, impacts of the Duo Mashinani program. The Duo Mashinani program in Kisumu County has had noticeable impact on both governance and service delivery by fostering direct engagement between citizens and the county government of Kisumu as follows. Number one, improved public participation and accountability. The program has created a structured platform for citizen engagement at the sub-county level by organizing interactive dialogue sessions where citizens can voice their concerns and get direct responses from county government of Kisumu departments. It has enhanced public participation. This form of accountability encourages transparency and makes the county government more responsive to the needs and concerns of its citizens. Two, strengthened collaboration with partners. The formation of steering committee with partners like TEAM, IFADO, KMET, and others has enhanced resource mobilization and broadened the scope of service delivery. The involvement of non-governmental organizations and development partners has led to more holistic approach to tackling county challenges with better planning and execution across various sectors. Three, enhanced coordination between sub-county administration and county government departments. The build-up to the dialogue forums, such as the completion of projects implementation status reports by sub-county administrators in collaboration with the service delivery unit, has ensured a clearer tracking of project progress and more efficient communication between different levels of administration. This coordination has reduced duplication of efforts and streamlined service provisions across the county. Number four, actionable recommendations for service delivery improvements. The reports generated during the dialogue forums has provided the county with actionable recommendation. The county government service department has had to develop implementation plans based on these recommendations, fostering a courteous implementation cycle in service delivery. This has contributed to addressing service delivery gaps that are brought to light by citizens, especially in citizen sectors such as health, education, and infrastructure. Five, enhanced political leadership and oversight. With His Excellency Professor Peter Nyang' personally officiating and receiving the recommendations, the program has strengthened the political oversight of service delivery by ensuring that these recommendations reach the highest level of the county leadership. It emphasizes the county's commitment to citizen-driven governance. 6, sectoral focus and holistic problem solving. During the county level dialogue, sectoral issues that were not addressed on the sub-county level were revisited. This ensures that no issue falls through the crack and every department is held accountable for its performance. Such sector-specific discussions also lead to more targeted solutions that align with the county development goals. 7, increased awareness of public service. The publicizing of events through media platforms and various mobilization efforts has increased public awareness of the service provided by the county government. This broader awareness is likely to enhance service uptake, particularly in areas like health, social services, and education. 8, feedback loop and continuous improvement. The cycle-based nature of Huduma Mashinani, where each financial year begin with a new consultation phase, has institutionalized a feedback mechanism that allows continuous improvement in service provision. The lessons learned from each cycle informs the next, ensuring that county government of Kisumu is constantly adjusting and responding to solving citizen needs. The Huduma Mashinani 2023 cycle has made continuous strides in improving service delivery, public accountability, and citizen engagement with Kisumu County by creating a continuous dialogue between citizens and the government. The program is positioning itself as a key driver in making public service delivery more efficient, transparent, and aligned with the county's development objectives. Recommendations. Honorable Speaker, the committee recommends 1, that the county government through the Directorate of Public Affairs should establish a more robust mechanism for collecting and acting on citizen feedback. This could include the use of digital platform, e.g. mobile apps, SMS platform for real-time feedback, and a formal follow-up progress where citizens can track the status of their concerns or suggestions after the forum. That the department should expand the thematic focus of Huduma Mashinani program to include emerging issues such as climate change, environmental sustainability, and digital literacy. Specific sessions could be tailored to address local challenges related to these areas, especially in rural communities that may not have access to such critical infrastructure. 3rd, that the department should develop key performance indicators to measure the impact and success of Huduma Mashinani forums. This could include metrics such as number of concerns addressed, citizen satisfaction levels, and improvement in service delivery based on feedback received. 4th, that the detailed financial expenditure be submitted in the county's financial statement as per requirements of the law and be looked into by a relevant committee in accordance with the County Assembly standing orders. 5th, that in order to foster good governance and legislative oversight, the County Assembly should conduct annual Bunge Mashinani that will further bolster citizen engagement with the county. In conclusion, Honorable Speaker, it is therefore my honor and privilege on behalf of the Committee on Administration of Law, Justice, Good Governance, Constitutional Affairs, Security, to move this motion for adoption of the report on the Huduma Mashinani program. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, may I call upon the Chief Whip to second.
Order, Honorable Chief Whip. Honorable Chief Whip, Honorable Ochele, Honorable Chief Whip is not a member of your committee. But I've looked through the membership of your committee, starting with your deputy, Honorable Ruben Rakwach, Honorable Vincent Jagongo, Honorable Samuel Nyango, Honorable Miriam Abeid, Honorable Anno Chola, and Honorable James Were. So if Honorable Abeid were not in the house, I would have given a leeway to the whip to save the report, having been adopted by the House. But since Abeid is a member of your committee and she is present, I don't know whether you want to consider giving it to Honorable Abeid to second, or you want to proceed with Honorable Whip.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I beg to rescind my earlier pronouncement. I had not recognized the arrival of Honorable Abeid, but now that one member of the committee is around, may I leave the Honorable Chief Whip and pick on the member of the committee to second. Second.
Thank you, Honorable Abeid.
I welcome the learning lawyer, Kevin Oraru, on board.
Honorable Abeid.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I second.
Honorable Abeid, how do you second?
Sorry.
Thank you, honorable members. Honorable members, the report of the Committee on Administration of Law, Justice, Good Governance, Constitutional Affairs and Security has been moved and seconded. It is now my pleasure to propose that the report be open for discussion. Honorable Nyaoke.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, as I stand to support this report, Madam Speaker, there is something that we have also seen in the report that is worth taking home, and maybe we can consider discussing it further on the basis that we may feel is relevant, Madam Speaker. And I would confine myself to Department of Roads, Infrastructure and Energy, where my learned colleague, Honorable the Chair for JLAC, has just read. Madam Speaker, this is saying, it is bullet 8, if you look at the Department of Energy, number 8, saying status of dysfunctional floodlights constructed in Kisumu East, major markets, and Mamboleo, Chiga, Orongo, Guba, Chiga Market, Seme, Lolwe, Akado, and Bodi. And Madam Speaker, I would also prolong the list to include quite a number of floodlights in North Nyakachi Ward, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, if you look at what they have said to be proposed intervention, Madam Speaker, on that particular issue, it is stated here that maintenance of the floodlights had been procured under a framework that would run for 3 years, beginning 2023-2024. The 7 contractors had already been awarded. This applied to Moroni, Market, and Menara. Madam Speaker, as I stand here, I have a message that I received this morning from members of North Nyakach requesting me to repair for them almost 4 floodlights that have collapsed in some few days ago, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I'm just learning from this report that some contractors have been given this responsibility to maintain those floodlights. Madam Speaker, this is a food for thought for all the members, particularly those who are also facing similar problem. Madam Speaker, I have supported the adoption of this report because this document, in fact, it has covered quite a lot of areas that maybe we didn't even ask for, but we feel it's very necessary, Madam Speaker. This is actually a summary of everything that has been taking place, and most likely even in our wards, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I would not hesitate to recommend that this kind of report, with the able chair of JLAC to be making this report almost every financial year, so that we have a brace of exactly what is taking place and what are the exact positions of the situations we have in our wards. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I beg to support.
Yes, Honorable Billy.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I want to thank the committee of JLAC for our work well done. Madam Speaker, the Huduma Mashinani program is a very wonderful program, especially for us as member of County Assembly, because it gives us a clear picture of really what is happening. And some of us, we even went further and attended the Huduma Mashinani programs, and we realized a lot of things. Madam Speaker, I'm happy because Article 118 of the Constitution gives power to public participation, and at least it shows us the importance of public participation. And being that Huduma Mashinani is a program that is also a public participation, it gives a link of the county government, the county assembly, and also with our ward members. Because, Madam Speaker, if you look at it from a perspective where if we don't have the public participation, it means the voter doesn't have that opportunity to at least interact with the county government, and also apart from our public participations, it is a forum that unites all so that the voter can reach and express their views on really what is happening in our county. So it is a plus for our county, and I believe we are going to make it even more better. And even at some point, if resources allow, we even make the public participation not only for the sub-county, but we go and evolve it even further so that we have smaller ward public participation in the name of Huduma Mashinani at the wards. Madam Speaker, from that report at least we can, as members, even develop ideas that we can pass through this assembly to better the county government of Kisumu. I rise to support, and I believe the Chair JLAC will be giving us similar reports in every financial year so that we get a clear picture of really what is happening, and also get to know and how we can better our Kisumu County government. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
The Honorable Chief Whip.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I rise to support and add my voice on this report as read by the Chair of JLAC, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, this report addresses some of the statements which are usually sought by several honorable members in this honorable house, Madam Speaker, and how I wish they were here to add their voice over this report, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the Huduma Mashinani, which I believe was conducted in our 8 sub-counties. Madam Speaker, there were serious issues which were raised, Madam Speaker. And in each and every sub-county, Madam Speaker, there were concerns raised by the residents of those respective sub-counties, Madam Speaker. And Madam Speaker, and if you look at the responses which were given by the county government, Madam Speaker, indicates that a lot needs to be done, still to be done, so that devolution is realized in all our sectors, which I believe, all the devolved functions which are being carried out by the county government. Madam Speaker, on the issue of infrastructure, Madam Speaker, we need to appropriate more money towards infrastructure, going by the issues which were raised by the residents in those respective counties, sub-counties, Madam Speaker. On the issues of health, Madam Speaker, there were glaring concerns so that health challenges in our respective sub-counties are addressed, Madam Speaker. Those concerns must be undertaken by the county government of Kisumu. And Madam Speaker, we need to support the chair of the JLAC, Madam Speaker, because he's up to the task and is equally pursuing the committee initiatives very well, Madam Speaker, going by the report which we have seen in this house, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the objects of devolutions are very clear: to facilitate state organs for decentralization, Madam Speaker, and enhance public participation in our respective sub-counties so that devolutions is realized. Madam Speaker, I heard this house as a member of Market Melimani Ward going by the recommendations and observations of the committee, whereby we need to strengthen and monitor so that we improve our infrastructure, we enhance health services, boost agriculture, and support our education, especially ECDs, Madam Speaker. Some of the ECDs, the infrastructure in some of the ECDs in our sub-counties are wanting, Madam Speaker. So we need to support this. The issues of accountability, Madam Speaker, were highlighted during the Huduma Mashinani, whereby the residents felt that a certain amount of money was appropriated towards a project, and the physical infrastructure which is on the ground does not resemble what was appropriated towards that project. Madam Speaker, those are the issues. The issues of inclusivity. Some of the residents were saying that when the projects were initiated, when the projects was being undertaken, they were not involved, Madam Speaker. Those are the issues which we need to make more emphasis on. The issues of transparent financial management. Madam Speaker, there are issues even where the project management committees, they were claiming that they were not involved. The project management committees were informed when the project was being initiated. While the project was being undertaken, they were left aside, Madam Speaker. Those are the issues which are needed as an assembly, as the oversight wing of the government, we need to make more emphasis on, Madam Speaker. Otherwise, Madam Speaker, I support this report. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Whip. Honorable Kelvin.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I want to take this opportunity first to appreciate the role done by the Secretariat of the committee, the members of the committee, in coming up with the report that the chair, the able chair, has just read, Honorable Moses Ochele. I want also to take this opportunity Honorable Speaker, to first try to know the source of the report that has just been tabled. And I've realized from the report that the report came as a result of a statement raised by Honorable Loiko Pete, trying to find out a detailed feedback report for each sub-county involved in the exercise. This report should be accompanied by attendance register to verify participation in the said sub-counties. And indeed, Madam Speaker, the report has achieved that. Number two, the current implementation status of and feedback collected from the sub-counties. They should detail how various sectors and service delivery department are acting upon them. And actually, the report did that. Number three, a clear breakdown of the total expenditure incurred during the event, the Machinani. They should differentiate between public funds utilized and any potential support received. And I think from the report, you have realized that we have even other parties or other organizations supporting the Huduma Mashinani. And number four, the tangible impact of the exercise on service delivery experienced by our citizen. And actually, that's why our chief whip, able chief whip, has also mentioned how those who attended actually voiced their concern. Madam Speaker, I want to go straight away to recommendation and picked out 2 or 3 recommendations that I felt was very important to accompany this report. Huduma Mashinani generally is from the executive, and the executive are trying to find out from the public their performance. Meaning that the executive want to get the feedback from the people that we represent, Madam Speaker. And for that reason, they did it at sub-county level. And at sub-county level, it means that maybe some few individuals from various wards will come to attend the event. That alone might be significant as a step, but not enough. And for that reason, one of the recommendations that was proposed by the committee is for feedback to be more feedback to be targeting a bigger population. And for that reason, I saw proposal of mobile application, proposal of SMS, so that it can reach many people within the county. Remember, the governor of Kisumu County is heading over 800,000 citizens. And out of the 800,000 residents of Kisumu County, maybe the meeting, the Huduma Mashinani could only meet a certain number like 200 in the entire county. So for that reason, when they improve the feedback, when we have things like website, when you have things like mobile application as stated by the committee, then a bigger population can be reached. And for that reason, they can get the feedback that they wanted. And from the feedback, they can know how to change some of the things that actually they are doing as executive. And for that reason, I welcome that proposal and recommendation by the committee. It is a good way, it's a step forward for the betterment of that department. Number 2 was issue on climate change to be included in the program of the Huduma Mashinani. That was okay. But finally, I wanted to connect the proposal of Bunge Mashinani that was proposed by the committee. Remember, we, the legislative side of the assembly, we also need to get feedback from the people. Majority of the people feel like the MCAs are not working. And there's a breakdown of information between executive and the assembly and members of county assembly. In most cases, people believe that it is the MCA who directly manages fund and who directly need to do implementation. And with limited information going to the ground, we always have a lot of problem trying to explain even the issue of bursary and the delay of bursary. Some always roll back, spiral back, and the blame becomes on MCAs and especially the assembly, and we are not seeing as people who are working. So for that reason, I think it will be well if assembly in each financial year, if possible, to be doing bunge mashinani. Where bunge mashinani, we also undertake a similar process so that we can get direct information from the people on how they see the executive, their knowledge on executive, and their knowledge on things that are supposed to be implemented by the executive. If the assembly can conduct a similar process, although we will not use the word Oduma Mashinani, but we'll use the word Bunge Mashinani, with the Bunge Mashinani, we are able to involve further people, involve the community of residents to participate on issues of governance. And for that reason, that alone will also make the assembly to be in touch with the people. The last time assembly did something close to that, and it was done at the headquarters, meaning that some few people will come to the assembly. If a similar thing can be done, even in sub-county level for a start, it will also be a direct way of trying to engage the public so that they can appreciate the role of MCAs in the constitution and maybe in terms of following up on the implementation of project. So, Madam Speaker, all said, I want to say that the report is fair and the report has really answered the honor of the statement and the details that he wanted. I'm seeing on my part almost 80, if not 100%, has been responded to. And for that reason, I support the report, and I wish that we add even other statements that can also be answered that way. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Benio Ikopete.
Madam Speaker, I also want to make a little contribution on this report. Madam Speaker, this report is a good report that the committee has struggled to present before this House. And Madam Speaker, this matter of Bunge Mashinani had started in this House. And I hope the Honorable Whip will second that it had started in this House, then it just died silently. If members will come up to revive it, it will politically build some of us. Because I remember when we went to Miwani Ward, it had good impact. Then we went to East Seme, that is doing the second assembly. It had good impact. We interacted with the community members, and the discussion was lively. Members, this is something that this assembly had started, but it died. Let us put up more effort to revive it. Madam Speaker, when you look at this report, it was good work by the committee, because when you look at page 12, they are trying to summarize the implementation of the projects during that financial year. Though it may not be very accurate, but there's good effort on page 12 and page 13. And from page 13, Madam Speaker, to page 34, the committee has struggled to find out the concerns of the public during the Oduma Masinani, which is very critical. They have been given by the departments the concerns raised by the members of the public. What the gaps they have realized were there, which is very critical. We now need to know that these gaps, how will we fulfill them? And why did they occur? But as has been echoed by fellow members, at the implementation, problems occur. Because when you look at page 13, that is talking about project completion status per sub-county, the completed projects, that is first column, is 65.1%, which means the concerns raised by the members were correct. Not all the projects were done. Then when we look at that, record, we are also told of stalled not done projects at 14.7%, incomplete projects 6.2%, and there's also the missing information. What does the missing information entail? That means in some departments, they were not able to give the full information as per their project's status, which may happen in an office because of poor record keeping. But the picture given here, Madam Speaker, is that when we go on with the Oduma Masinani, our people will be sensitized. The government will also see the gaps. And when these gaps are corrected, then good work will be done for our people. The members of the public were crying that project management committee payments delays across the projects in the country. And there are instances where they claim they have not been paid. And those are true. When you go under medical, they also blame the county government for lack of commodities. These are drugs in those stores. Now the question is, what is the government doing so that drugs are found in our hospitals? On roads, there is also an outcry. But Madam Speaker, the picture we have here is that the country is trying, but there are problems. So it is now upon us and the executive to address these outcries. Then our people will see the value for their money, and they will see that good work is being done to them. The report is supported, and we believe that when we raise statements on annual basis is when we shall get this kind of report. They cannot simply come that the department will bring. It is we to wake them up so that we get the reports. The committee has done good work.
Honorable Ochele and the committee, having a nod from Honorable Benio Ikopete means that your committee has done a tremendous job. Congratulations for getting a nod from Honorable Onibe Ikopete. You know it doesn't come easy. Honorable Odari.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Also, when we are congratulating Honorable Ochele, also we don't forget a senior who made us, who took his time and thought very wisely to bring this statement before this House. Madam Speaker, I just want to congratulate the committee led by Senior Honorable Ochele for good work that they have done. There is only one area that I want to talk about, and that is in the Department of Roads, the issue of floodlights. They are talking of seven markets. But if you go down there, you'll find that there is a problem within our county. All the floodlights within the markets, for example, in Chemelil, or Masogonyangoma, Muoroni, Ahero, they are not functioning. Everything, they are not in operation since 2022. So the department should do something. And I've heard my brother also talking of contractors, that this 7 contractors has been given a contract or tender. I think this statement was raised on March, and today we are in October. That is 7 months ago. As we speak, last week I was down there, but the response about maintaining those floodlights, we were told that the contractors have decided not to do them because they will not be paid. So, Honorable Nyaoke, from today or from now, you just know that the contractors will not do work on them. Another thing is, lastly, there is a serious concern. I've seen it here, the issue of bursary. And a question was raised in SEME concerning the payment of bursary. Madam Speaker, as we speak, the bursary, the Department of Education, they have not completed paying the bursaries. And here, if you look at the response, they told the Wananchi that they have paid. No, there was no proper response about it. It is quite absurd that our parents, our brothers and sisters back at home, they apply bursary, forms are being given out December, January, until now, they have not received the bursary, especially universities and colleges. They have not paid. And it is very, very quite unfortunate that I personally did a statement concerning that, and the response we got here from the majority promised us that he is going to work on it within 1 week, of which he did. The Department of Education came here. They lied to us that they have gotten 205 million, that they are going to make payment within 1 week. Since then, up to now, we have not seen it. So I don't know what will be done about it. So, with those few remarks, I support the report. Thank you.
Honorable Mildred Ajumba.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I rise to add my voice to the report on Huduma Mashinani, brought about by JLAC, the Chair, Honorable Chele. I want to say the report on Huduma Mashinani, and that was conducted, it was quite engaging with the citizen. Many of us that watched it online, yes, it was, but there are a number of issues that were raised by the citizens that are captured that I will not read again, because many of my colleagues have raised the issues that were raised. But of course, a number of citizens are raising the issues of delays in projects implementations. and also lack of public meetings. This comes once a year, and also incomplete stall projects, quite a number in our wards. Madam Speaker, I want to support the recommendation by the committee that yes, we need bunge la wananchi, we need bunge mashinani by assembly, because you realize quite a number of citizens are blaming the members of county assembly. In fact, even when they're invited for the Huduma Mashinani, many of them end up praising the work that is done by the executive. And many of our voters down there, some of them do not know the roles of the MCA. As much as there is Huduma Mashinani explaining to them, there's still a lot of blames on the member of the county assembly. That when somebody walks along the road and the road is not done, the citizens will place the blame on the member of the county assembly, not knowing that the road has not gone into the budget, not knowing whether the road is national by KERA or by county assembly. Yes, there is need for the county assembly to also conduct the bunge mashinani so that it can also do the oversight on the Huduma Mashinani, because Huduma Mashinani is not enough. It's done per sub-county, and you realize in a sub-county, very few would attend the meeting. So if we do it per ward, there'll be a lot of engagement coming from the ward, and it will improve service delivery. Thank you. I stand to support.
Honorable Samuel Dede.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Let me also start by applauding the committee for the job well done. Even though the committee did a good job, but there are some gaps which they should highlight, Madam Speaker. To find that in the health sector, there are some regions whereby, like in Geta Health Center, what was found at the ground was compared to work done should have been of much importance to the community. And in Chulaimbo Sub-County Hospital, we found that the generator was to be installed by 2nd of April, and which was done. And as we proceed in Chulaimbo's facility, we found that the incident that was proposed in the budget 2024-2025, was it supposed to be, as per the time the chair was reading the report, I think the budget would have already been approved, not that being proposed at this time. And there was some stall project within the health department, Madam Speaker. Like if you talk about Nyithindo, we found that there was an allocation of 2.5 million for the completion of the facility. And as per the report which I was reading, the 2.5 million allocation was, as I was reading, had got difficulties in which financial year it was in. Because we found that the allocation of 2.5 million was in the financial year 2021-2023. And later on, if you proceed, there was also a reallocation of, in the financial year 2022-2023, allocation of 2.5 million, which brought some problem in that. Being that the 2.5 million was allocated and the project was not completed, it means according to the statement, the contractor abandoned the site. If the contractor abandoned the site, well, up to that, the point of reallocating a money to in 2022-2023 financial year, Madam Speaker, it would have been indicated that at the time of abandoning the project, what percentage of work has been done, so that when appropriating in another financial year of 2.5 again, what percentage of work was done at the abandoned stage. Madam Speaker, being that the Huduma Mashinani was conducted in most of the areas, we found that we've seen that we've been losing a lot of resources. Being that in the trade department, we found that by the time the Maduduma machinery was being conducted, we found that in Chiga market, it has taken a long time before even the revenue being collected. So our own source was being squandered by the business people. They are doing business, but they are not providing for the county. And we found that in Nyando sub-county, the members of the community were really in concern of the Floka project by then. And at that particular time, we found that already everything has been done, even the deciding of the projects was done by that time of the Huduma Mashinani. And up to the moment, Madam Speaker, if that time the projects already been designed, everything is done, they were waiting for money. Up to the moment, we find in other areas, they have not even rolled down the projects for the Floka, and that needs intervention, Madam Speaker. And in some regions, like in Seme sub-county, we found that there were some projects in Seme sub-county which the contractor did not report, like the one in Yaoundé was abandoned. In Ridore in Seme, the contractor did not report to site. And later on, we found that at the same time, the contractor was continuing the project. So we don't know if he didn't report on time, and then the time passed, then again, the contractor was on site. And Madam Speaker, with the recommendations being brought by the committee, we found that they needed to develop the key indicators which can really impact on that to the wananchi. Madam, it's a good recommendation, and if adhered to all whatever the metrics which are such as number of concerns addressed, citizen satisfactory levels, if implemented, will be of good. And finally, Madam Speaker, conducting a Maduma Mashinani at the sub-county level, Madam Speaker, it means majority of our people perhaps are not getting into the sub-county level, being that my wish was that if the Maduma Mashinani was to be conducted more, should have been started at even at the village level, being that evolution came to us, that we start things to devolve from the grassroots level. Being that is being conducted at the sub-county level, majority of us doesn't attend, and if conducted at the sub-county, at the village level or at the ward level, we'll get all the problems the wananchi are facing at the ground level. Because perhaps the attendance of them at the sub-county level or the distance where...
Honorable Dede, what prohibits you from attending a public participation at a sub-county level?
Madam Speaker...
As Honorable Dede, you've said most of us, most of you don't attend. Why don't you attend as a representative of the people?
Madam Speaker, a point of correction. Being that the public participation being conducted at the sub-county level, not the members, but the members of the community. Others found it being conducted at a far distance. For instance, the one conducted at Kisumu West sub-county, which was conducted in Kisumu, in Kisian market. To get facilitation, Madam Speaker, all the members of the community can't come at the same time.
Point of information, Madam Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Whip, who do you want to inform?
Madam Speaker, Honorable Dede, as a ranking legislature in this house, knows very well that what was appropriated towards Huduma Mashinani in the current financial year was appropriated towards conducting Huduma Mashinani at the sub-county level. So by insinuating that Huduma Mashinani should be conducted at the village level, I don't know where the county government is going to get this funds from. Rather than wait for another financial year, so that you propose to the county government of Kisumu that they appropriate money towards Huduma Mashinani up to the village level. The moment, Madam Speaker, funds were appropriated towards Huduma Mashinani up to the sub-county level. Thank you, Madam Speaker. That's the information I wanted to pass around.
Honorable Chief Whip, in the spirit of public participation, that one's services are taken to the lowest level of devolved units, I think Honorable Dede is right to propose that these services be taken closest to the people. And I don't think he's requesting that this be done at the moment. So his proposal, I think he's suggesting be considered in the next consideration, because we're already looking at the ADP. Honorable Lede, is that the case?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you for at least guiding a member. I know he's a transport manager.
Order, Honorable Dede. Honorable Chief Whip is not a transport manager. He is the honorable member representing Market Milimani Ward and the Chief Whip of this House.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for guiding me. Yes, Madam Speaker, the honorable member represents a ward within the CBD, that Market Milimani. But it's major work which he usually tells us in the assembly that he manages the transport sector.
Order, Honorable Dede. You are not discussing the person of Honorable Seth Ochienkanga. If you're done with the submission, then allow me give it to somebody else. I saw Honorable Ann Ochola on her feet.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I stand to call a remover to reply. Thank you.
The mover has been called to reply unless we have a member who wants to make, a member who has not spoken, who wants to make a submission. Honorable Ochele, the mover has been called to reply. Thank
you. Thank you, Honorable Speaker and honorable members. May I take this chance to commend you for having debated on the report very positively. Madam Speaker, may I not forget to commend the Secretariat of the committee, members of the committee, Office of the Clerk, Office of the Speaker, and the leadership in this House to have given us a smooth and conducive environment to do our report. Madam Speaker, I don't have much to respond on. However, I want to commend one honorable, Benny Pete, who have thought it wise to bring forth the statement. And Madam Speaker, the statement has made the committee and this House to learn a lot from what is going on in Odomo Mashinani. And Madam Speaker, I think he has set a pace. Now every year, even if he doesn't raise any further statement, Madam Speaker, I think Honorable Benny, be assured that this committee will be at it. Because you set a pace, you've woken us up, we'll be demanding such reports at the end of every financial year so that we be abreast with what is taking place in our wards. Madam Speaker, I think some members like Honorable Dede think that JLAC is Department of Roads, think that JLAC is Department of Water. We were just reporting on what was taking place in Odomo Mashinani. But if you have issue, you can pick issue from this report and engage the line department. Otherwise, our work was just to report on Odomo Mashinani activities. If there are no lights in your ward, like Honorable Dani said, like myself, I don't have lights in my ward. I know where to pick the quarrel to. I'll go straight to Department of Roads, Transport, and Energy, not JLAC. Madam Speaker, I think we are being led by a wonderful governor. For him to have thought it wise that he does this spot checking on the progress of the county projects, I think it is wise of Professor Peter Nyang'nyong'o to have thought of this. Similar feat, Madam Speaker, is with us, Honorable Speaker, on his own wisdom with the leadership. We had our first open day. And open day, from open day, I think those who attended, members of the public who attended, I think they learned a lot about our roles. Because a number of times, they confuse what the assembly does from what the executive is doing. And I think those who attended now know what the members in this house do, where they should ask us about projects, and what the executive does. And Madam Speaker, as was stated by Honorable Benio Iko, it is crucial that we decentralize our open day from the town to our sub-counties so that those who cannot afford the transport to town from the vast wards can get opportunity to see members debating. And after debating, Madam Speaker, they can ask questions, and I believe members can ably respond. So it is in the opinion of the committee and my opinion that we decentralize these things, these activities to sub-counties. Finally, Madam Speaker, Honorable Whip informed the House positively, because everything which is done in the county, Madam Speaker, is done based on the budget available. And Madam Speaker, if we can decide now that we take Huduma Mashinani to the village level, if attending 8 sub-counties, the government spent 2.9. If we extend it further, it will be 2.9 times 70. Madam Speaker, I think that could be a lot of money and can appear to be wasteful. Therefore, Madam Speaker, I'm just of the opinion that we retain it at the sub-county level so that we don't spend much more money which should go to projects on Huduma Mashinani. Otherwise, I thank you, I thank the House for debating, and I pray that the ayes have it. Thank you. I reply.
Honorable members, a motion on the adoption of a report on the Huduma Mashinani program by the Committee on the Administration of Law, Justice, Good Governance, Constitutional Affairs and Security has been moved, seconded and debated upon. I therefore want to put a question of adoption that may, as many are of the opinion that the report be adopted, say aye.
Aye.
May, as many of contrary opinion, say nay. The ayes have it. And the report, the motion on the adoption of the report of Huduma Mashinani program of the Committee on Administration of Law and Justice, Good Governance, Constitutional Affairs and Security stands adopted today, Tuesday, 7th, 8th of October 2024 at 16:27 hours. And I want to direct that the report, together with the Hansard, be prepared and forwarded to the relevant department for any necessary action that may be required therein. Next order.
Thank you, Madam Speaker and honorable members. There's no any other business to be transacted in the order paper.
Honorable members be upstanding. There being no any other business, the House stands adjourned until tomorrow, Wednesday, 9th of October 2024 at 9 a.m.